What's up, guys? I've got another video today. This one is a more of a little standard team. Shadow Abomasnow, Politoed, Pelipper. I'll talk a little bit about this team and how it, and probably try and answer some questions that I know for sure are going to come up as we go through a bit of the first gameplay. But as always, huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Couldn't be doing this without you guys. But yeah, let's get into this gameplay video. All right, so you guys are probably pretty familiar with teams I put out in the past with Shadow Abomasnow, Jealous, and Azu is what I used to reach Legend last season. So now I'm putting out a bit of a different spin on that team. So this first game versus CCO, but I've also forgot to TM my Pelipper from Water Gun. So this game has Water Gun Pelipper. But that's just a quick reminder, everyone. Once you make your Pokemon, make sure to check your movesets because sometimes it is a little bit of a disaster out there. But I'm sure the first question will be asked, is this team better than Shadow Abomasnow, Jealous, and Azu? And to that, I would say I'm not sure if it's a better team. I do think it's a very similar in power. It does some things better, but it's also a lot squishier. So you do need a lot more finesse around this, right? Like your MVP is still probably going to be Abomasnow, but it's you still have to play around your Pelipper, which is quite squishy. Whereas you can kind of use Jellicent and Azu as third and fourth shields for your Abomasnow. It's Politoed isn't quite as tanky, and Pelipper is nowhere near as tanky. So it is a bit of a different team. And then also I would definitely recommend Shadow Abomasnow for the Galvantula matchup, and then for Politoed, I'm running Blizzard. I think both Blizzard or EQ are okay. You're going to see a couple times in these videos where having EQ might have been better, but you're also going to see me be able to land some Blizzards, I think. Even if not in these matches, then later. There's only 3 sets as well, and these sets were from almost a week ago now. I was hoping to get some better video, but you know how sometimes I have to remove sets due to lag? I had to remove days worth of sets due to lag. It's been pretty bad recently. Look out for a video I'm going to put out in the next couple days as well about how to kind of fix those lag problems. I think I've got a handle on them now. But until then, let's take a look at how this team goes. Shadow Abomasnow Mirror. So just like a lot of these Shadow Abomasnow teams, you don't really have a good answer for Shadow Abomasnow. Your best answer for Shadow Abomasnow is Shadow Abomasnow itself. So both of us are going to play out this matchup, it looks like. As his team probably also has 2 water types in the back. And it's all going to come down to who can use their water types in the back the best, or who can save their Abomasnow or catch a move. So I'm actually going to go for a catch here. I swap a little bit early, and that's a death sentence for this poor Politoed. I should have definitely done one more Powder Snow. I think I misclicked there. But it is what it is, and this Abomasnow has to empty their energy, and now they are forced to do the same thing. So even though I kind of sacrificed my Politoed there, this energy advantage on Abomasnow is incredibly important. And I'm just throwing the regular Weather Ball here, because I want this Azu to have to throw a move at me so that I can farm it down with Pelipper, right? If I throw an Energy Ball, it just takes out the Azu, and my Pelipper's in a bad situation. So let's get some energy here. I don't want this Abomasnow to be able to make it to a Weather Ball Ice versus my Pelipper, so that's why I farmed up a little bit. But unfortunately, it was not quite enough. I'll have to take the Weather Ball Ice and hope that with a Hurricane in the back, I can take it out, take out whatever it is. It's a Sableye, so we're going to look at 2 Weather Balls being enough here. So this is a little interesting fact. Weather Ball, slightly higher DPE than Hurricane. So besides the chance that they sneak in a fast move, it's usually better to throw 2 Weather Balls than a Hurricane. If you really need it through and you can't afford them sneaking a fast move whatsoever, and shields are down, Hurricane is fine. But I see a lot of people throw Hurricane when really you should just be throwing Weather Ball 90% of the time, unless Weather Ball is resisted or Hurricane is super effective, so grass types. So this lead we have G-Fisk versus Shadow Abomasnow. Shadow Abomasnow wins the 1 shield in this. But my goal isn't really to just win the lead, right? My goal is to probably switch at some point to draw the grass type. So I'm going to throw a Weather Ball, and then I'm going to try and catch their Rock Slide. If you catch a Rock Slide, you're way ahead in the game. If you don't catch a Rock Slide, you're in a bit of trouble. But they try and build up a little more, and this gives my Politoed a little bit of an energy advantage. So unfortunately, we're building up to the Earthquake and throwing the Weather Ball because we don't actually have Earthquake. I've never had an Azu shield this ever. And it makes sense. And this is kind of the reason that you would run Earthquake in the first place, I would say. is just mainly for these water switch-ins. So as you're Jellicent switching in, because otherwise you kind of get really taken advantage of on the Politoed here. What I've started to do is shield and then even switch out with energy, and switch to my Pelipper, right? If I switch to Abomasnow, they'll just switch out, and then I'm stuck. But if I switch to Pelipper, I still have that Abomasnow for Azu if they want to switch out. If they don't, I can just get a decent amount of farm myself. Yeah, we're going to be able to take out that Azu there and have a little bit of energy as well. Pelipper also really loves having energy. I'm making sure to throw at my correct timing, get this Weather Ball off, and hopefully 2 Weather Balls off before any Icy Wind has a chance to come out. So now if they want to Icy Wind, they're going to have to shield. Or, I guess not, but but their Drifloon is now able to be very easily farmed down by my Abomasnow. The most important Pokemon on your team to get energy on because of the Shadow bonus. So in those situations where you're able to set it up for a small farm down, just always be looking for those. Pelipper as well is really great with energy, but the problem is you kind of want to be saving your Abomasnow as well. It's tough to save shields for both Pokemon. So that's why this team does have a little less room for error, I think. You have to be a lot cleaner in your play than playing with Azu, or Jellicent, which I think are both very bulky and very, let's see, I don't know what the opposite of finicky is, but they're very standard Pokemon that can take hits, and you don't really have to worry too much about sheltering them. So you see Azumarill lead. This is where we need to see it, unfortunately, with this team. Yeah, we're throwing Energy Ball right away because that's perfect timing, right? That's 7 moves to 7 Powder Snows, and that means they don't get an extra move in. So even if they bait every time, you're still going to be able to get the Energy Ball off first, and they go play rough anyways, which is what you have to worry about if you have Shadow Abomasnow. If you're running regular Abomasnow here, you can tank a play rough. It's not a big deal. In this case, I switch to Catch, so this is where I do switch in the Politoed. I don't mind catching a play rough on Politoed. But they switch into Altaria. And I have to think really long and hard about if I want to shield here as I just get to the Blizzard. Unfortunately, the answer is no, I don't want to shield. It would be my last shield, and in that case, the Altaria could shield the Blizzard and then farm down and be able to turn that into some extra damage on another Pokemon. Fortunately, they have a Deoxys come in, and they don't want the timer very smartly. So, take a lot of damage before I'm able to get this Weather Ball and switch it out. Deoxys, really good against Pelipper, right? It just needs to land that Thunderbolt. But luckily, since the Deoxys has been injured by the Weather Ball, we're going to be able to outpace it a little bit here. It's a Rock Slide, so that's also good news, that it's not running Psycho Boost or something like that. But I think I realize that their best play here is a catch play, so I make sure I keep attacking through that, and I know they're not going to get to their charge move yet, so we'll see them swap out, and I'm able to farm down that Azu and get a nice big Hurricane onto that Deoxys. Kind of style points, though, because I think the Weather Ball water would have been enough. Yeah, so if you'll notice, like Pelipper just can't really take hits, is quite squishy, so I had to save a shield for it there as well. Politoed lead, this is perfect, and they're going to swap into a Alolan Ninetales, and this is Powder Snow. I made sure to check it first. Not that it mattered too much. Politoed is probably the correct answer here. Charm Ninetales would be much tougher because I think they can switch advantage with just a couple of shields, but Politoed charges so fast that you can probably at least get 2 shields. And I eat a Dazzling Gleam there, so I kind of thought they might go for the Dazzling Gleam, but I didn't really want to respect it. I want to save shields for Politoed, and unfortunately in this case, if I do want to win switch advantage, which I do, I do need to spend a shield there, because I'm not sure what they have in the back. If it's another ice type, perhaps Abomasnow can't even go against it. And in this case, I actually don't even end up getting switch. I'm going to end up getting shields back and switch. So Politoed will come back in. So limited amount of farm for their Politoed. We can bring back in this Abomasnow. And really, you got to just be worried about Blizzard, right? So I overcharge a little bit. See if this Politoed wants to respect the Energy Ball. It does. And in which case, I am probably going to have to respect this Blizzard, which I don't. But hopefully I put myself in a good enough position that I can land this Hurricane on the Toad. And they actually just go for the bait. So I charge up a little bit more than I need to. I probably could have gone even further, but I had not been counting from the very beginning. And we're going to land that Hurricane. Very satisfying against That Politoed and shields down Tropius. Ooh, this is going to feel pretty good because we're going to be able to take out 2 Pokemon with Hurricane on Pelipper today. Or in this game, I guess. So, proving it to be the superior bird. Water beats grass. All of that. Yeah, so first set ever with this team. We end up 4 out of 5. And that was with the first loss being to CCO with my Water Gun Pelipper. Actually, I think in that game, Water Gun Pelipper was actually better than Wing Attack, just because I think there was a little Marowak. But yeah, it is what it is. So we're going to see Shadow Abomasnow Mirror again. These ones are definitely tough to play because it really does come down to fast move denial, and the game was quite laggy on these days. And for some reason, and so it's very interesting that I think the increase in lag also made it much harder to fast move deny. I wasn't really able to fast move deny many moves, and many people were able to kind of deny my moves. So it makes me wonder if fast move denial, look how much health my Abomasnow has, is way lower than theirs. So they definitely have a move or 2 ahead on me right now. So I have to take that into account when I want to catch. As we both lag there, and I'm spamming the switch button, and luckily I get the catch there, because otherwise I'm in some trouble. So I build up with the Politoed, and unfortunately they farm up a little bit more as well, which is very smart. And I'm testing out how much damage a Blizzard does. We already have shields down already, it doesn't matter, there's no baiting. And yeah, it's not good. So back to the Weather Ball spam. Weather Ball does more damage per energy than Blizzard, I believe. So both are resisted. Weather Ball gets stabbed, so same type of attack bonus. And it just hits incredibly hard. And they're not running Play Rough either. So this is a tickle fight, pillow fight, I guess. Two little frat Pokemon just going, or no, sorority Pokemon, I guess, going for that pillow fight action, but we have Pelipper come in and break up that pillow fight. I thought about farming all the way down, but an Ice Beam does put me into the red, and I would like to keep this Pelipper a little bit healthy just in case something else that comes in can deal some major damage to it, like this Sableye with its Shadow Claws. Its fast move is really ticking away at this Pelipper, and Abomasnow now actually has a move ready to go. Luckily for me though, my Abomasnow has almost a move. Sorry, a move and almost 2 moves. And hopefully I'm going to be able to get to this next move. Oh yeah, so this is very interesting actually. I swapped out of my Abomasnow because I thought I would lose CMP to Sableye. But we're going to see that potentially that's not the case. Actually, Tho Tactical was in my chat, and when this was being played, and he said that actually XL Sableye, the attack stat might be lower than, or is lower than Abomasnow. So depending on how XL the Sableye is, it could be lower. There's also a chance that I miscounted and it wasn't actually at a move. Either way, able to switch back into that Abomasnow and have that Weather Ball loaded and ready to go for that Sableye. We're going to pick up that win too. Alright, so we have an Abomasnow counter swap, and once again I'm right at that Blizzard and I have to make that tough decision to shield or not shield, and I choose not to shield. The reason being, if I shield the Blizzard, if I shield the Energy Ball and I go for the Blizzard and they shield, they can just completely take, the game is over at that point. So I understand there's a play, and I started making this, it was after this video, so I don't think we'll have a video of it, where versus a Venusaur switch in, I shield the Frenzy Plant, bait with Weather Ball, and then get to the Blizzard before they do, taking 2 shields, or taking them out. I've not seen a Venusaur not shield the Blizzard so far when I've gone for that play. Or sorry, not shield the Weather Ball so far, the first Weather Ball so far when I've gone for that play. Once you shield, they know something is up, right? In this case, sorry, back to the game at hand. I got distracted. We have Skarmory versus Pelipper. Not a great matchup for Pelipper, but the more shields you spend, the better the matchup is versus Skarmory. And Skarmory really can't farm down or anything like that. As you see, I'm going to get to this third Weather Ball here, really force the issue, get a shield back. And at this point, I'm okay spending another shield because I know that I will either win switch or be able to get yet another shield. But unfortunately, they're going to come back in with their Scrafty. They know what's up. Foul play on the Pelipper and top left on the Abomasnow. It was super effective. Yeah, Skarmory, not too great against this team, but they lined it up against the Pokemon they needed it to. So a G-Fisk switch in. This is actually what you love to see on Politoed. 2 Weather Balls is enough. You get to it in in just 8 mud shots. The same time it takes them to get to an earthquake. Obviously, if they switch in, they'll have an energy advantage, but that just means that you can farm up a little bit more. And not only take out this G-Fisk, but have a Weather Ball at least for whatever comes back in. Unfortunately, it is an Altaria, but guess what? We're not running Earthquake for a reason. So we'll see if this Blizzard goes off. It's likely they won't shield it there because I'm so low, I'm just kind of throwing whatever, but they do end up respecting it. And then maybe the Blizzard just acted a bit slow because they just leave. They leave afterwards. Yeah, Politoed being able to take a shield back on the switch against most of the common switch-ins for water types is fantastic. I'm going to throw 5 Powder Snows and switch. This is just so I don't take that last Sky Attack, or sorry, Air Slash worth of damage, and then we're going to switch into Politoed. I managed to get the Weather Ball off versus the Skarmory first before the switch, which is pretty big, just because you don't really do too much damage versus these Azus, especially these XL ones. I'm assuming Best Buddy Azu's probably XL some sort, and it's running Play Rough too. So at this point, I just want to get some damage off. We'll see if I do the play where I switch into. Okay, I switch into Abomasnow this time to catch him. I still have to shield, so I just wanted to save that energy on my Politoed, and in comes the Skarmory. This is kind of what I expected. I've got these Weather Balls saved up. That's why I wasn't throwing against the Azu. If I throw against the Azu and they shield, that's 7 Powder Snows of energy they shield. Whereas if I throw out the Skarmory and they shield, that's only 4 to 5 Powder Snows worth of energy. So I'm getting more efficient shields by them switching back into their Skarmory before I throw. At the same time, I'm going to have Azu problems, but if I can get shields down, then I'm going to be able to deal with this Azu with my Pelipper, hopefully, the Hurricane. At this time, I'm also just trying to get my Politoed in and get rid of its energy before the Azu can switch back in. And this Politoed, because I switched it out earlier, is going to be able to take out this entire Scrafty. What an insane Pokemon, to be honest. What an insane Pokemon. Yeah, not much else to say there about Politoed. But I will say it is definitely impressed. It's just a shame. If you could ever run 3 moves on a Pokemon, it might be the best Pokemon in Great League. The coverage would be absolutely insane. I guess one thing to talk about here is if I were to replace something in the Azu Jellicent team, I would probably, currently, if you're using Shadow Abomasnow, replace the Jellicent with Politoed. I think that's what you have to do. Just because Pelipper, I was running into some troubles with Double Steel in the back, or Bastiodon leads. In Bastiodon leads, I switch into Pelipper and hope that they switch out. And a lot of the times, actually I think every time they have. But we're going to make another catch here on Rock Slide. But that's the reason I kind of don't think Pelipper is the best here with Abomasnow. You also kind of have to have shields for both, so it is a tough situation. But anyways, while I'm ranting about something completely different, we're going to not land the Blizzard. Yeah. This is a not land the Blizzard video, I guess. I swear, I landed this a bunch in some other videos. We took out some Tropiuses, some Altarias. It felt so beautiful. But so far, I think we're at 2 Azu switch-ins and 0 Blizzard lands. So it is really up to you. I really don't want to use an Elite TM for a Pokemon that I'm not sure I always want Earthquake for. I might have to build another Politoed and Elite TM one of them. But that's very far in the future. I have way too much of a Stardust debt and way too poor of a Stardust gain to actually do any of this. So in this case, I'm just throwing Weather Ball really early. This is because I know that I'm not going to get to Hurricane before they get to a Frenzy Plant, and I just want to start pressuring this Meganium. I don't want it to be able to farm up more, so let's take some health while we can. But unfortunately, they're going to get to a move versus my Abomasnow as well. Abomasnow can handle Frenzy Plant, though. It's just, I kind of needed that health to be able to deal with the 2 remaining Pokemon that they have, one being a Pelipper, and unless I'm able to farm that thing down, it's just going to take me out instead. So, close game. Yeah, another three wins here to put me to 2904. Like I said, this was a while back. I've since dropped a ton of rating due to spicy teams, lag, poor play, you name it. But this was, I guess... Yeah, so Bastiodon lead. Here we go. Good example. And they're going to swap right into Victory Bell, so GRASSHOLE it is. The Pelipper versus Victory Bell matchup. It's not too bad for Pelipper, because it's a flying type as well. You actually force 2 shields, even in the lead scenario. And I don't mind shielding to force a shield, right? They're GRASSHOLE. They want to keep shields up. I want to keep shields down. So we're going to throw this Weather Ball. And actually, like, props to them for switching so fast, because I can sometimes get to 2 Weather Balls first. But we're going to be able to take down that Victory Bell and throw an Energy Ball to stall the clock and switch to Politoed, and we'll see what they have in the back. And it's Tropius. Oh, can you guys hear that? Can you hear that music? That's Politoed's music. And here we go. Big Blizzard. Oh god, this feels so good to watch. Yeah, there we go. Tropius down, GRASSHOLE down. I guess that's a bittersweet moment right there. Watching GRASSHOLE lose is even fun for me, but at the same time, the team I helped create, I'll miss you, GRASSHOLE. But yeah, there we go. Bastiodon down. So that's how you have to play those. And look at that. So this is double water beating double grass, right? So yeah, I guess lesson is don't just give up because of team comp. You might not think your team can beat a certain team, especially people get this way about GRASSHOLE too. You just have to figure out your win condition and figure out how to play it. So Shadow Abomasnow swaps in, and despite Abomasnow also being my best answer for Swampert, Abomasnow takes advantage of Swampert so hard. It's such a good matchup. It's also my best answer for Shadow Abomasnow. So I do have to stay in here. Pelipper and Politoed both deal well with Swampert, right? Because Swampert takes neutral damage from those Weather Balls, whereas they both take resistant damage from Hydro Cannon. But I'm able to take their Abomasnow down in the one shield, and this is a really big situation for me. I'm going to swap into my Politoed versus this Frostlass. I could have swapped into Pelipper too, and that might have been the smarter decision because I kind of expected them to switch out. But they're staying in on my Politoed as is. I think because they think I have a better water in the back, and I'm switching to my second best Pokemon. So I kind of accidentally mind-gamed them. That was not on purpose. I just made a poor swap. I really didn't know what to do with the Frostlass coming in. I didn't know the matchups yet. So my opponent makes a really good play. CMP ties, wins it, and goes for the KO on Swampert. I'm going to bring back Abomasnow because it is the worst matchup against Frostlass. We're going to take out this Swampert, and our switch timer is up to bring in this Pelipper and end this game. Shield here just for posterity. I don't know. I don't think an Avalanche takes me out at this point, but Frostlass is one of those Pokemon where I don't really know the matchups that well because it's not a staple in GBL. In these themed cups, yes, it's very strong, but in just open Great League, it can't quite hit its stride because of all these all the big Pokemon kind of countering it. Another Bastiodon lead, so we're going to see some more practice. I don't know if I win this one. We'll find out. I'm going to switch into Pelipper, and I'm going to be met by Mandibuzz. This is not GRASSHOLE. This is not double counter, double fighting. It's not double anything, or is it? But Mandibuzz comes out. So Pelipper slightly outpaces Mandibuzz. So I'm going to blow a shield, because in this scenario, I'm pretty sure, I've never played this exact matchup, but I'm pretty sure I can get shields back or win switch. And with Bastiodon there, switch is my highest priority. I need switch like a fire needs oxygen in this game. So I probably will be going down to 2 shields to try and get it. Am I going to? Yeah. Because it's that important. Okay. And this is pretty scary. Yeah, because they're going to get there first. Mandibuzz just tankier, right? Even though you outpace, and I was able to force it really close, I decided to go back in with the Abomasnow, Powder Snow down, and we're going to come in with the Politoed. And here we have a very interesting match. Politoed versus Sableye. Unfortunately, you don't quite do half health with Weather Balls. So this Sableye is likely going to take out this Politoed, if not deal... Yeah, some unrecoverable damage, and my opponent knows it too. They've played that matchup a ton of times. If you look at that, they go straight for the return, knowing that that's exactly enough to take out the Politoed in the zero shield. So something I hadn't considered, because I would have beaten them to 2 foul place. There are 3 weather balls before 2 foul place for sure, and we'll just play that out and let them get their win with their very interesting Bastiodon double dark team. That it's interesting because it's two. Actually, I like that team. 2 dark types that aren't weak to fighting, and Bastiodon there. So Bastiodon covers the Charmers. Interesting. Okay, so this match was very important. Galvantula lead. I'm going to try and CMP tie on the first one, just so there's no extra moves through. And then I think I'm going to try and CMP tie on the second one, or I'm going to try and force the overtap. So I throw 5 Powder Snows after that first weather ball to try and force the overtap, and they overtap there. So I'm able to get some more Powder Snows that are undebuffed through. But remember, now they're at 1 volt switch, so that's 2. I throw 1 Powder Snow and then my move, and we're able to take out that Galv in the 2 shield. So that's why Shadow Abomasnow is so important. Look, we just got a free win there. They switched into Medicham, I switched into Politoed, they leave, right? And that all was because Abomasnow Shadow and proper move timing, right? So maybe go back and if you're having problems with Galvantula, go back and watch that little bit again. But proper move timing and having a Shadow Abomasnow can win versus Galvantula. And Galvantula is very important to beat on your Abomasnow, just because your backline is both weak and then double weak to it. So, yeah, just you need to be able to deal with Galvantula. And that's the one reason I don't normally think Shadow Pokemon are that important, besides Razor Leafers or Charmers, if the Shadow Charmer is available. But Abomasnow is one of those Pokemon that I think just goes that extra mile in Great League with the Shadow. Also, cat needs to sit down so I can at least see this video. That's not what I meant. That's okay. All right, so we have a Sableye into Tropius, very standard team, and let's see if we can land this Blizzard here. I'm gonna no shield, so hopefully they don't suspect anything is up, and we're just gonna go straight for this Blizzard. And obviously, if you land a Blizzard on a Tropius, oh, that just feels good. But yeah, so landing the Blizzard on the Tropius, we'll see if it's actually game winning or not. I still have a little bit of health on this Abomasnow, so can use it as a catch. Can maybe try and get to a move later, or finish off the Sableye with it. Yeah, the Sableye is getting to move very fast, as was able to farm down. But now Pelipper, as long as I get this fast move to now off, should be able to get pretty close to this Weather Ball. If not, beat it there. There we go. Because it outpaces, right? 6 Shadow Claws to a foul play, only 5 to a Weather Ball for Pelipper. So yeah, we're able to get there in time and also pick up this win. But yeah, this team was a lot of fun. I think it's pretty strong too. It's I don't think it's a straight upgrade over the Jellicent Azu team. I do think it is very similar in terms of strength, but it is definitely for those people who prefer more of a running gun play style than playing those very tanky Pokemon. And you all have different play styles. You all have different access to Pokemon and stuff like that. Some of you may not have a Jellicent, for example, so, or Jellicent built, or maybe you don't have an Azu built, because that's a very expensive Pokemon to build for Great League. In this case, these are 3 relatively cheap Pokemon to build. None of them need to be level 40. None of them really need to be all that close either. So it's a really good budget team at the very least. But yeah, I'll leave my I'll leave my socials in the video description as usual. And as always, thank you guys for watching.